Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and it is hard to make me laugh before I've had my first cup of coffee on a Saturday morning. But the official lightning rod of the Digital Asset Investor channel, one Baba Cugs, almost made me spit my coffee out this morning. As we all know, for the last, at least 6 months to a year, the naysayers, the negative people and all that stuff, they've been sent left and right to try to proclaim how important they are and how unimportant others are and all this stuff, and talk bad about people, which we don't do here. But Baba Cugs has a way every once in a while of just slicing through everything and making comments that most people will not make, and I literally almost spit my coffee out. So let me show you what all happened here. The first thing that happened is somebody, I don't even know who, somebody was trying to I don't even know what. The standard thing is for these people to act like Ripple is doing all these things wrong and they're insignificant and others are more important and all this stuff. So I'll just read this. This Neats Bucks guy is speaking adult language here. So if you've got any children in the room, this is how a lot of adults think. So, can ODL raise the price of XRP? I respect some of the very smart people who say ODL will never raise the price of XRP. But that argument relies on some logic that I have trouble accepting. For ODL to work efficiently, or for any bridging product using XRP, you need high liquid markets and ideally a higher price. These same people say we need community devs to create the demand for XRP and raise its price, and then Ripple ODL will benefit. By that logic, Ripple is waiting around for the community to create this demand and price raise. This seems absurd. Imagine a large, this is where I started to laugh. Imagine a large bank asking if they can move 100 billion of value in 3 seconds, and Ripple replying with, no, we're waiting for the XRPL community to create demand and raise the price. First of all, if Ripple does not have a plan for this post-lawsuit, I would be shocked. Second of all, if Ripple truly is relying on the community, they have a funny way of showing it. They should be going all in on the community products that create utility, and they're not. Ripple is business. I think this ODL price topic is a good one to debate, but if Ripple really wanted a community to create the utility of the coin they use, they would have switched to another coin with a better community of devs, or created and funded a better community of devs. They have a plan for exponential demand for their products that use XRP, and I find it very hard to believe it involves the community as the linchpin. Oh, jeez. I didn't say it, he said it. Now, Baba Cugs came in, and I also didn't say this, the official lightning rod said it. I'm just reading it to you. Hate to break it to the world. I understand people want to feel all goody-goody about community, but the only thing Ripple should care about is central bankers and the banking system. Why do people worry about small fish? I want the great white shark. That is only the central bankers. If you want all the money, you go after the great white. You don't care about the opinions of sardines. But you know, yay, PR. Lightning struck on this Saturday morning. Then there was this. Then Chad Steingraber jumps in with this. Boy, there's so much to cover this morning. I mean, I'm going to run out of time, folks. The XRP escrow will never see the light of day, and he refers to his tweet. Well, first, this video of Brad Combs.
I also think it's important to remember about escrow that there could be portions along the way here that are allocated for entities like banks who understand we're not going to be like the record company, put us on the till, we're going to get our blockchain together and all our this together and get their stuff in-house together, but it's waiting for them at a certain point as well. So is that a little too optimistic, or is that fair to say?
So let me expand on that a little bit, but that's generally fair to say. And that's what
I also think it's important to
the majority of XRP from escrow will never see the light of day. It'll be used for global intrabank transfers. That XRP will be in closed liquidity pool that the public will not have access to. Public supply will continue to drain into that pool. And then Chad Steingraber does something that is unthinkable. The crypto Gestapo will now be coming for you, Chad, on this Saturday morning, unless they're watching March Madness or something. Maybe that'll get you off their mind. But you had the gall to say such a thing as XRP 20,000. You better hope I don't put that on my thumbnail, Chad, because if I do, watch out for the sirens. Look over your shoulder. The crypto Gestapo could be coming to you. That was all a joke, right, Chad? Okay. Listen, Perianne, folks, Perianne Boring is she runs the Chamber of Digital Commerce. This is a very significant thing that Brad Combs has her. He was interviewing her, and apparently she didn't understand all about ETHgate. Look at this.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the conversations we've had about ETHgate, and I've had the opportunity to learn a lot from you, and I appreciate you taking the time to share with me, your work and your research on this. I would say from my perspective, the thing that's most concerning, that's really under scrutiny right now, was there any type of conflict of interest between William Hinman and someone in the private sector? Was there compensation for the speech that he gave? That is extremely concerning to me. And, the public policy process needs to be protected. It needs to be protected from bribery. It needs to be protected from corruption. And so to the extent that there is anything inappropriate there, I do think it should be investigated in depth.
Wait until she sees XRP Unleashed documentary, which, by the way, they're doing they're going to show 15 minutes of it, is my understanding, at XRP Las Vegas.
By the commission, by the government, so we can, make sure we have a public policy process that people trust. That was just kind of one out of many things, but I think the SEC overall has really damaged its credibility just as a regulator. Not just in the way that it handles crypto, but I think you have seen so many just egregious missteps that people no longer respect the agency, people no longer believe it has credibility, and really the commission should be focused on just restoring credibility of the agency. Chairman Gensler says he wants to be the cop on the beat, he wants to take a heavy-handed approach to the cryptocurrency space, but he missed all the biggest blowups, completely missed FTX.
I don't think he missed them at all. I think all of the shady outfits are the ones he's involved. Think about it. Think about the ones he hasn't gone after. FTX, he was meeting with them. He knew all about what their business was. He didn't go after them. He was meeting with them and planning, and so was the CFTC. Same two organizations were meeting and planning with who? Joseph Lubin and the Ethereum guys to do the Bill Hinman free pass speech. None of this is a coincidence. Who else are they not touching? Tether. Go figure.
Capital, Genesis, and all these other things. The Terra Luna just totally missed multi-billion-dollar issues. How? And then at the same time going so heavily after companies like Coinbase and Kraken and many others who actually had good intent. And that's one thing I do think that's missing in the law is we should talk about a protection for companies based on everything we've learned in the SEC's handling of this space. We don't have regulatory clarity. If a company has good intent, if they speak with the lawyer, if they get a legal opinion, if they're trying to follow the law, if they believe they are following the law, there should at least be some type of protection. There shouldn't be the same level of penalties for a company that really did try to do the right thing. You know, if the laws aren't clear and you ended up getting it wrong, okay, but if you tried to do the right thing, that should be taken into consideration.
If you're trying to do the right thing, they go after you. If you're shady as all get out, they work with you. Think Prometheum, think Ethereum, think FTX. Think about that for a minute. FTX, Prometheum, and Ethereum are the only three groups that have been able to come in and talk to Gary or Jay Clayton, for that matter, and have any success. Everybody else who's been transparent and regulated and trying to work with the regulator, everybody else has been attacked. And if they talk to you, it's just to build a file on you. That tells you everything. This does too. This is Perry Ann Boring talking about Elizabeth Warren, who is Gary Gensler's buddy.
I'm here in DC right now, and I was on the Senate all day today. I met with one senator who told me that Senator Warren has been, essentially like trying to track her down. She's really cornering other members and trying to twist their arm into sponsoring this crypto ban bill. I met with another office who said Senator Warren, they were kind of trying to like dodge Senator Warren. They're not really interested in the bill, not really interested in this, but she's like very insistent on this effort, and that she tracked down the senator's private phone number, cell phone number, called her on her phone and was like, hey, are you going to sponsor my bill? And it's like, what is going on? So she, from my conversations with other offices, other members of the Senate, no. We're also hearing that there are efforts to introduce a companion bill in the House, which would be devastating. If you can get both chambers to align on this, I'm not trying to be controversial, or I'm not trying to kind of make a big deal out of something that's not a big deal. This is a big deal.
All right. Well, you know what to do. By the way, there's something you can do about it. You can go donate to John Deaton, johndeatonforsenate.com. Here he is at the USS, looks like with his granddaughter, USS Massachusetts battleship, wearing his UFC jacket. So I said, well, isn't Joe Rogan and Dana White, aren't they from Massachusetts? Look who's running against Senator Warren for Senate. You guys should have him on. Wouldn't that be awesome? So, but let me go back to Perry Ann Boring. She's going to be at XRP Las Vegas. You're going to get to meet her and talk to her about all this stuff, folks. She's going to be there along with Chris Giancarlo and so many others. Don't forget, I actually just texted with Brad Combs this morning. He said the tickets were flying off the shelf overnight. The VIP tickets are already sold out. There's some general admission left. We're still running that contest to the end of, actually there's only one day left, where anybody that's listening to us here on YouTube, if you buy a general admission ticket by the end of March, tomorrow, then you will be entered, and we're going to pick one person and they get to bring their +1 out to dinner in Las Vegas. The dinner is on me and Brad Combs. So be sure and check it out. Get your general admission ticket before they're all gone. Sold out last year completely. It's going to be, I already know just from talking to Brad, it's already going to be bigger than last year if things wound down now. But there's a whole month left of ticket sales. And so last year he was having to turn people away. So don't wait till the end of April and try to grab a ticket. They'll be gone, in my opinion. I think they'll be gone before that. Fruition Productions, they were filming in Alaska. They put out some pictures here. That looks really cool. I saw that they had a video out. I saw somewhere where they were in Alaska as well. Then yesterday, this happened. Everybody, the buzz was settlement talks. Are there settlement talks going on? Because somebody spotted Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderati going into the courthouse in New York, federal courthouse in New York, Ashley Prosper tweeted this out. There is a settlement conference taking place in New York federal court between Ripple and SEC. That does not mean they're settling. It just means I think they're supposed to have these conferences every once in a while to see if there's any way that they can settle the thing. And then Eleanor Terrett reached out to Ripple apparently, and she said they said there was nothing to share, but that was like in the middle of this whole talk about that. So we don't know one way or another. I think I might hold off on some of the, what I'm going to do is I got so much more. I'm going to pick and choose which parts of it to show you in daixrp.com. We'll go over some of it. I'll skip some of it because there's just so much. I've got the DAO hack stuff has come back up. Stuart Alderati had tweeted about the DAO out of nowhere yesterday, and it got my wheels turning. I'm going to talk about that in DAIXRP. There's just a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to try to hit all of it in there. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that away we go.